I finally watched Wim Wender's Oscar-nominated film Perfect Days, and as the title may lead you to believe, I had been sold on this movie being about finding joy and the beauty in everyday life. But as I watched the now iconic final scene, I couldn't stop trying to understand what exactly that scene meant, and I got this feeling that the entire movie was even more profound and complex than I had originally thought. This movie could be better described as a character study, as it follows the day-to-day life of a public toilet janitor in Japan. Personally, even though there is no doubt that this movie may be too slow for some, and there is even very little plot, I truly enjoyed the movie, and the immersion into the routine-driven lifestyle of Hirayama. It kind of makes sense that a movie that is trying to convey the beauty of a simpler life would force its viewers to slow down for 2 hours, and just enjoy what on the surface may be a simple movie. Originally, the movie was called Komorebi, which is a Japanese term that loosely translates to the play of sunlight through leaves, which is referenced in the movie a lot with Hirayama's fascination and his habit of taking photographs of that exact phenomenon. But Komorebi means much more than that. It signifies a sense of satisfaction, a serene happiness that is strongly intertwined with the natural world and the human experience. It's the slow and predictable pace of the movie that forces you to slow down, enjoy the experience and live in the moment. Wenders focuses on revealing the beauty of simplicity, aiming to help viewers rediscover their appreciation for the small wonders and delights of life, by presenting them to Hirayama's perspective. Over the course of the film, especially in the first half, we mostly get an insight into what Hirayama thinks and is feeling through his facial expressions, as he is, almost comically, not a man of many words. And here, I think that the movie really benefits from having an experienced and gifted actor such as Koji Yakucho. Wim Wenders, the director of Perfect Days, said in an interview that Hirayama is the master of his life. Everything he does it because he wants to do it. Koji understood that, and there was no reason for us to film anything else than what was lived out in front of us. Hirayama is presented to us as a mysterious and interesting man. His little smile as he greets a new day or listens to his music, his wonder when he connects to nature, and the dedication he shows to his work, and the satisfaction he derives from doing it well, simply because it's his responsibility, even if it's a task most of us wouldn't want to undertake. The movie teaches us that even though his life may not fit our idea of a perfect day, it doesn't mean that for Hirayama this is not the perfect life. But is it? And that's the question that I asked myself as I watched the last scene of the movie. It's a continuous scene of Hirayama driving to work, listening to a song by Nina Simone, and smiling. However, the range of emotions that flicker across his face is much more complex, vivid and fluid. There is joy, sorrow, sadness, happiness and loneliness, and is so detailed that it touches you deeply and makes you wonder about Hirayama's inner thoughts and feelings. What I felt was that it is true that Hirayama is content with his job and the life and routine that he has created for himself. But he is not as fully fulfilled and happy as most reviewers say that he is. During the movie, we understand that something happened in the past that made him estranged from his family. However, the creators choose not to let us know more about what happened because they wanted the audience to leave the past behind and appreciate the current moment the same way that Hirayama does. One of the key messages from the movie is to live in the present. As Hirayama says, next time is next time, now is now. But I think that in reality, leaving the past behind without dealing with it is also not healthy, even if sometimes it is necessary in the short term when you are living a bad situation. I think it's clear that he had to change his life at some point and leave the past behind. And now he seems to have found a sense of peace that he previously lacked. But this also seems to have come at a cost by isolating him from other people. Now, There is absolutely nothing wrong with living an isolated life, and the amount of social interaction that each of us need is different. Myself, I'm quite an introvert and quite often need to be alone to recharge. I also think that there is nothing wrong with Hirayama's routines, or that he should strive for a better job. Cleaning toilets is as much a worthy job as any other, and it brings him fulfillment, security, and happiness, and any of us would be lucky if we could say the same thing. But I do think that he is not fulfilled in his social life and his connection with others. And the movie shows us exactly that a few times. When he says goodbye to his niece, he says that she can come back anytime, and when he almost desperately hugs his sister, it's clear how much he misses her, even if he doesn't seem ready to face the past and try and mend things between them. He's also quite affected, resorting to alcohol and smoking when he sees the owner of the restaurant that he cares about being embraced by another man. Using his own metaphor, he has created his own world, where he's okay when he's in full control. He gets enjoyment from his job, from books, music, and from nature. He can handle that. He has a harder time when his niece surprisingly appears to stay with him, or when she asks to go to the ocean, for example. But coming back to what the director Wim Wender said, everything he does it because he wants to do it. Now, in my opinion, this is not always a good thing, and I think that Hirayama limits himself in the safe boundaries of his routines. Engaging with others and allowing them into one's life can be challenging and anxiety-inducing. There is a valid argument to be made about whether maintaining the illusion of being okay with his isolation is preferable to the potential disappointment and hurt that may come from reopening his life to others. But I do think that he wants more, and in that final scene we get to see a little bit through the illusion. And that doesn't mean that he has to start talking a lot, or that he needs to stop eating alone or go to the same park for lunch. He only needs to try and take a leap of faith when it comes to the people that he wants to get closer to, which seems to be the people that he's the most comfortable around, his niece and the owner of the restaurant. I'd like to wrap up by sharing a part from an interview where Yakusho discussed the significance of that final scene. Here's what he had to say. So I think Wim purposely gave a lot of room for interpretation in that moment, for the audience to sort of get what they needed to get from that moment. But one thing I can say for sure is that humans don't laugh or cry just when they are feeling happy or when they are feeling sad. It can be the other way around. In that moment, he might have been laughing because he didn't know why he was crying. But in another way, I think he was going to have a very happy future, a happy life, and for me, it was a very hopeful moment. I think that is a very beautiful message to end a very beautiful movie. Personally, I think that so far Hirayama has been on a healing journey of finding happiness, and the end of the movie shows us that there is still a road to go, but that he's on his way. More importantly, I think that we could all learn from the fact that Hirayama has created his own road, and is not living by anyone else's expectations of what his life should be or what should make him happy. But as Yakusho said, this finale has a lot of room for interpretation, and as long as the movie connected with you, then it did its job no matter what message you took from it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is only my opinion and I cannot wait to hear what you took from the movie. This is a new channel, so if you like this video, please consider subscribing. I have a long list of videos that I want to make and I cannot wait to share it with you.